On today's show, the digital instrument cluster in the new Ford Explorer really caught our eye. Geely wants to revive Lotus by adding SUVs to its lineup. And Jeep is dipping its toes into subscription services. All that and more coming right up on Autoline Daily. This is Autoline Daily, the voice of the global automotive industry. Well, we've seen a number of luxury brands launch subscription services, but now a mainstream brand will offer it. Bloomberg reports Jeep is partnering with Avis Budget to offer a 3-month subscription service that will allow owners to swap out their Jeep for other FCA brand vehicles as many as 6 times. In addition to that, Jeep is launching a 3-month pilot program that will allow owners to rent out their vehicles through Turo, a peer-to-peer car-sharing startup. Both programs launch next week in Boston and will be limited to the first 100 customers that register for each. Other brands have offered subscription services with mixed results, but Jeep says it still wants to try it out to see if it works for the brand. 3D printed components are finding their ways into new areas, and additive manufacturing company Carbon and Ford have teamed up to put 3D printed parts in production vehicles. They include an HVAC lever arm for the Ford Focus, an auxiliary plug for the F-150 Raptor, and an electric parking brake bracket on the Mustang GT500. All the parts had to pass Ford's performance standards and withstand weathering tests. And if you haven't done so yet, check out our latest Autoline Spotlight from Ward's Auto and Ally, which looks at whether dealers can sell financing and insurance without a dedicated F&I person. You can watch that discussion right now on our website or on our YouTube channel. Hyundai's Santa Cruz pickup is closer to reality. We'll have more about that right after this.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems, advanced materials that deliver better results. And by ExxonMobil.
Mid-size pickup trucks was one of the best performing segments in the U.S. last year, and it could soon be getting a little more crowded. We caught up with William Lee, the president and CEO of Hyundai Motor North America, and he said its R&D and production people are working on a business case for the Santa Cruz pickup, which it first showed in Detroit in 2015. Mr. Lee expects to get the green light very soon, and if the decision is made, he's sure it will be built in Alabama. You know, Hyundai's been talking about this pickup for a while now. The head of design even said last month that the design had been all sketched out. But this is the first time we've heard of it being built in the U.S. in Alabama. And if you'd like to watch more of our Detroit Auto Show coverage, brought to you with the help from Continental Structural Plastics, just look for it in the Autoline on the Road section of our website or on our YouTube channel. The least expensive Mercedes you can now buy in the U.S. is the new A-Class. Including destination charges, it starts at just under $33,500. All-wheel drive tax another $2,000 on top of that. The new A-Class will start hitting dealer showrooms very soon. Charge time is still a concern for some possible EV buyers, but a new startup named G Batteries has a pretty bold claim. It says it can enable electric vehicles to charge as fast as it takes to fill up a tank of gas. It's developed a self-contained adapter that combines software algorithms, or AI, and electronics to speed up charging times. The best part is, it can be used with current off-the-shelf lithium-ion batteries and existing fast-charging stations. G Battery says it's able to charge a 60 kilowatt-hour battery pack with 119 miles in just 5 minutes. Now we'll have to wait and see if it can deliver on those claims. Coming up next, Ford's slick digital display in the all-new Explorer.
Lighter, safer, stronger, quieter, and more sustainable. Tell us where you need to go, and we'll help you get there. Dow Automotive Systems. We don't succeed unless you do.
We've seen a number of luxury brands that used to exclusively make sports cars jump into the SUV segment due to customer demand. And now Lotus will follow suit. Reuters reports that Geely, which bought a majority stake in the British sports car maker in 2017, plans to start producing Lotuses in China for the first time, including SUVs. Lotus currently builds its vehicles in England, but wants to expand capacity to help revive the brand. The sports car maker sold just over 1,600 vehicles in 2018. And here's something we think is kind of cool on the all-new Ford Explorer. It has an optional 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster that uses these slick 3D graphics when switching between drive modes. For example, if you rotate the selector knob over to the trail setting, there's an animation of rocks coming together, and then the screen morphs into a speedometer and tachometer with an altitude gauge. There's even a topographical map as the background. There's 7 drive modes to choose from in all, and each has its own unique animation and display. And don't forget to tune in to Autoline After Hours this afternoon. Joining Gary Vashalash for a roundtable discussion is Frank Marcus from Motor Trend, Joanne Muller from Axios, and Todd Lassa from Automobile Magazine. The Detroit Auto Show is likely to be a hot topic, but if you have any other questions, send them our way to viewermail@autoline.tv or message us on social media. That's today at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on our website, autoline.tv. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please join us again tomorrow.